Yeah, wherever it's handy for you, or.
Well, I was stupidly called.
Can you
said, "This woman
go
doesn't
to?
sound like she
That's
lives
their
in
camera.
Jackson."
Yeah, do you want me to start it?
I don't know,
Wyoming.
but can you go to our website and see if it's happening?
I kind of.
Yeah, it looks like it's going. Here. Do you want me to start this recording?
Yeah, wherever it's handy for you.
Oh, sorry.
Do you want to start? Did you start the recording yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Should I?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I just started.
Is there another way to get into the house so that...
Yeah, right there.
Oh, good, so no one...
What's up, girl? She's getting text messages to.
I might go in and out to test the
Okay.
volume on the live stream.
So, I guess you guys, when there's things that we're officially doing together.
Yeah.
Like stuff I'm doing, you can take it over. So this is how I do my Talis prayer. I say the prayer and then I make a little tent and I say another little prayer to myself. And sometimes I say a little prayer because when you're running services, sometimes you're so busy trying to figure out what comes next, you don't get to pray as much. And the giggling begins. That was the best part of the Zoom lessons, was the giggling.
Yes, I did a test.
The violence was a little
Which one was just the one that?
She elbowed me several times.
That means how good and pleasant it is for friends to sit together. Birds are chirping. All is good here in Jackson Hole. I'm Judd Grossman. I help lead prayers for the Jackson Hole Jewish community. It's a great honor for me to be here for the bat mitzvah of Sasha and Chelsea Barr. And I'd like to welcome you all and to realize that a bat mitzvah is something super special as our children grow up and become as adults in the Jewish community, so that they can help lead services and participate fully. They even get to fast on Yom Kippur now, which is not the most fun thing, but you can if you want. And it's a great honor to be able to participate in this, but it's also just a regular old Saturday morning service where we just move through our ritual and our prayers and our songs, and the kids will help lead, and they'll be called to the Torah, and that will be the official bat mitzvah. And we'll just have a nice Saturday morning of music and prayer, and then it's a Jewish event, so we'll eat at the end. So I'd like to welcome Mom and Dad, Jody and Josh, to come up and help present you with your taluses, and then you can say the talus prayer and put them on. So why don't you girls say the prayer together, and then they'll put them on and you both just
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hidatach v'tzitzi.
Well done. Beautiful. Thank you. And hugs are always in order if you yes. Kisses too. Excellent. And now we get to say one of my favorite prayers, the Shehechianu, which is on page 163 if you want to look for it. And this prayer basically just says, let me confirm that it's actually on page 163. This prayer actually just says, thank you, God, for giving us life, sustaining us, and bringing us to this day. And so it's kind of a prayer just for now, just how great it is right now. And this is one of these great moments. We say it the first time we do something, like the first time we put on a talus officially. But we also just say it, I say it all the time because to be grateful for being Jewish, being together, for wonderful children, for beautiful shady decks in the mountains, all the good things. So, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. So on page 108 is the Reader's Kaddish. And it's, if you'd like, let's rise for the Reader's Kaddish. Yikadav yikadash meraba, yamad yivrach utev yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayetecho beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv, v'molu amen. Yehi shmeira b'mevarach, ne'elam ulan me'almaya yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yip'ar v'yitoman v'yitnaseh, v'yithada v'yitale v'yithalal shamed kudesha b'richu le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'yama v'maru amen. Let's stay standing for the Baruch Hu, which is on page 109. Would you girls like to lead us in the Baruch Hu and say the first line, and we'll say the second one?
Baruch et Adonai habarach.
Baruch Adonai habarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch.
Yep. That's later. And the violence begins. All right, so let's stay standing for the Shema, which is on page 111. And you guys can help me sing this one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Chelsea or Sasha, would you like to do the V'ahavta? You can come stand over here and do it.
Yeah.
Let me see, what page are we on? 111.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאליהם אני אדוני אלוהיהם אשר הוצאתי אתם מארץ מצרים להיות להם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיהם.
Cool, thank you. Let's see, what's coming next before I tell you this? We're going to do the Amidah, so let's all rise. So I'm going to sing, this is our standing prayer, and I'm going to sing Adonai Sifatai, which is God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. So it's a chance to say a prayer asking God, help me make a good prayer. It's a good place to start. And after I sing that, then the girls are going to do the Avot and the Givarot. So on page 114 is the Avot and the Givarot. You guys ready?
Baruch atah Adonai
What's that? Baruch atah
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rahel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Ha'yibor V'Hanara El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zoher Haseir V'Bli Mahot U'Mevi Ge'ula Livnei B'neihem L'Man Shemo V'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Zatzara Atah Yibor L'Olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atara Le'Oshia Mechalkel Ha'im B'Chesed Mechayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim Samech Noflim B'Elfei Cholim U'Matir Asurim U'Mekayei Emunato L'Yishenei Avar Michamelcha Ba'al Gevurot U'Midom Melach Melech Manit U'Mekayei Matzmiach Yeshua, B'ne'eman Atal Chayav Takol, Baruch Atah Adonai, B'chayei Ha'akol.
Beautiful. Nekadesh, nekadesh, nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, kishem shemakdeshim oto b'shmei marom, hakatuv ayad nevi'echa, v'kara zeh azeh v'yomar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzebaot, Melucho haaretz kavodo. Adir, Adirenu, Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonai, Adonenu, Ma'adir, Ma'adir, Shimcha b'chol haaretz. We're on page 116 if you're looking for it. Baruch Kavod Adonai Mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, v'hu Yashmienu barachamav l'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Eloheichem. Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Tzion, ledor vador, hallelujah. This next prayer is called Ledor Vador, and it's a beautiful prayer, especially on a bat mitzvah day, because it's about from generation to generation. We pass on this heritage. The wind blew my page over. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador nagid gad lecha, u'lanetzach netzachim, u'lanetzach netzachim, kedushatcha nagdish, v'shivchacha Eloheinu, Pino lo yabush le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Let's take a moment just to listen to the birds and the wind in the trees, and to say a prayer from the prayer book, or a prayer of your own making, or just to meditate for a moment. So we're about to start our Torah service. There's a little bit of choreography involved with this. I'm gonna sing some of the opening prayers, and then we're gonna pass the Torah from generation to generation, from parents to the children. And then we'll have a little processional where they'll come and visit you in the vast audience we have here, vast congregation. And then we'll bring it back up, and then we'll start reading some Torah. So let's see, we are on page 142. אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז למויטים, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אב הרחמים, היטיב ורצונך את ציון. יבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונשא אדון עולמי. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני בירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. I love the birds singing along. It's pretty awesome. All right, so I'd like to invite Jody and Josh to come up. Please rise. We're taking the Torah out of the ark now. Breeze is causing mayhem. So we're gonna pass it from parents to kids, and then when you guys get it, then we're gonna do the Torah Shema stuff. Sound good? No elbows.
Putting our basketball moves.
Yeah, that's where the elbows come from.
She's learning how to talk about more aggressive stuff.
Awesome. Beautiful. So, let's see. Are you both gonna hold it, or is it? Why don't you kind of hold it together, and then face them. You got it? You okay? And you guys have your Torah Shema stuff memorized, or should we hold it? What page are we on? Let's see. There it is. 143. Okay. Okay, and then so they'll say a line and then we repeat it, the Shema and the Echad, and then they'll say a line all by themselves.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Eloheinu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu Adonai Iti, V'neram Eman Shemo Yachdav.
Awesome. Now you can process and show the Torah to everyone. And if you want, you can touch it with your prayer book. Lecha Adonai Hagedul V'Hatikura V'Hatiferet V'Hanetzach V'Chachut Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz Lecha Adonai hamlacha V'hamit naseh lekol. You guys want to try undressing it? So you kind of rock it back a little bit, and then somebody can fill the cover on. Yeah. You can set it down now. And then you can pull that out. You may be seated. So our first readers are both kids together. I've never done that before. Has anybody ever seen that happen before?
What?
People together.
Uh-huh.
It just seemed like it would work. So they're gonna read their first Aliyah together, and it has the famous line Matovu that I sang in the opening song, which is Matovu O'alecha Yaakov. How beautiful are your tents, Jacob. And this is when in the parsha when the who was it? Balaam was gonna curse the Israelis, but when he saw how beautiful the tents were, all that could come out of his mouth was a blessing. And it's a beautiful passage. So I'm gonna call Jody and Josh to come up and say the blessing. Ya'alu Yosef Nasimcha Aliyah Rishona. So before you do that, let's show them let's show them the spot, and they can touch it with their tallis. There. Josh, you want to touch that with your tallis? Very good. And then you guys can say the blessing together.
Baruch Adonai Hamara.
Baruch Adonai Hamara Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamara Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
And then you guys say Amen. And you get to read. So make sure you can see.
Matovu Ohelecha Yaakov Mishkanatecha Yisrael Ki Halim Mitayu Kigano Alei Nahar Kahalim Nata Adonai Karazim Alei Mayim Nizal Mayim Nidol Yo Nizar B'Mayim Rabim Vayaro, Me'agag, Malka, wait, Me'agag, Vitina say, Mahuto.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam natan b'tohenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Beautiful. Good job. So you guys might as well stay. It's an honor to help watch over. And now we're going to call Chelsea for her official bat mitzvah when she says this blessing. And she's also going to read, of course. Ta'ale, 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 chaya bat Yosef Simcha ba'alat bat mitzvah. So let's see, let's show me where it is. Let's see, where's your card? I think there's the matus. You're down here somewhere. You see it? Let's see. It starts with Vayomer. Is this one? Vayomer Adonai Moshe.
Yeah.
Is that the right one? Right here? Alright, so now you're going to say the blessing. This is your official mitzvah. Yeah.
Baruch Adonai Habarach.
Baruch Adonai habarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Alright, see if we can find it again. Let's see. Is that your spot? Is that the right one?
Yeah. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe ka et korashei ha'am v'oka otam le'Adonai neged ha'shamesh v'yashov Haron af Adonai Yisrael. Vayomer Moshe el Shavtei Yisrael hirgu ish anashav hagitzmadim לבעל פאור והנה איש מפני ישראל בא ויקרב אליו את המדיינית לעיני משה ועיני ועדת בני ישראל והם מבוכים פתע אוהל מועד.
Beautiful. Amazing. Okay, now you get to do the prayer after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
I think hugs are in order.
Good job.
Even from your sister. Awesome. Hugs and congratulations. And now Sasha's going to read, and she's going to read the actual maftir and be a bat mitzvah herself. And I will call her to the Torah. Ta'ale, 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 Hana bat Yosef v'simcha ba'alat maftir ubat mitzvah. So let's find your spot. Alright, so now you get to read prayer.
Baruch et Adonai habarach.
Baruch Adonai habarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai habarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Let's see, so you're going to start here and end up there, aren't you?
Vayar Pinchas ben Eleazar bin Aharon HaKohen, Vayakom Yito Chaydah, Vayikach Roma Vayadeo, Vayavo Achar Ish Yisrael, El Hakubah, Vayitkor et Shalehem, et Ish Yisrael, Vet Haisha El Kabata, Vet Teatzor Hamagefa, Ve'al Bnei Yisrael, Vayihayu Hametim B'Magefa, Arba'a Ve'esrim Aleph. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet b'chayei olam nata b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai notei Torah.
Amen.
Yasher koach. Congratulations. Both hugs are in order. Even from your sister. Beautiful. Okay, so everybody can sit down again. Well done. While we have the Torah out of its ark, is an auspicious time to say a prayer of healing. This is where we traditionally will mention names, or if you out loud, or just think of them, of people that you feel you'd like to pray for physical or emotional healing. And if there's somebody you'd like to name out loud, please do that.
Josh Katz and Seth Katz.
Let's remember the people that are suffering in Florida right now from road collapse. This is a prayer of healing that calls upon our ancestors.
Abraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Marich, Mirape, et Achonim. Ena Rifana, Ena Rifana.
I would like to invite David Roscoe, and Rachel Roscoe, and Katie Greenberg, or did we change our?
Yeah, Max
and Max. All right. So who we got? Max and. All right. Come on up. And we're gonna do. So let's see. We need to make sure there's a spot for him in that chair. So we need to clear that chair up. So hang on. And we are on page 145. And we'll all rise. That'll help spot you. You ready? Okay. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Well done.
thing is back on. How do I get rid of it? Oh, nothing. It's the live stream.
Okay. And we can be seated. Is the sound coming out in your the mute might just be in the volume of the phone.
It sounds like it's still there.
Alright, so you guys ready to read Torah?
Yeah.
So I suppose you both should come at the same time because we're kind of dovetail together. So now Sasha and Chelsea are going to read Haftorah, which is the passage from the prophets that's associated with the Torah parsha they were reading. So we'll start with the blessing. Do you have that written down somewhere?
Yeah.
It's in a book, or you can yeah, get those ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'mim tovim v'ratzav v'divrei ha'emarim b'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah v'moshe avdo v'Yisrael amo v'b'nei ha'emet v'tzedek. V'haya sheri Yaakov v'kerev amim rabim ketov ma'eh Adonai krivim al Yosef asher lo yikaveh le'ish v'lo yichel livnei adam. V'haya sheri Yaakov v'goyim v'kerev amim rabim Karyeh b'vachumot ya'ar Hifbir b'Jetzon asher imavar v'ramat v'taraf ve'emat sil tarom yadecha el tzarecha v'ho'oivecha yikarei til v'chaya v'ayim hahu le'im Adonai hifrati susecha mikirbecha ha'havadati merkevotecha hifrati arei artzecha v'harasti kol mivsarecha hifrati cheshatim miyadecha ume'onemim lo yulah hifrati tzilecha ume'tzevetecha mikirbecha v'lo hishaveh l'maseh yadecha v'natashti asherecha mikirbecha v'hishmati arecha v'asiti v'af ukama nakom et hagoyim asher lo sameu shimuna et asher Adonai omer kuri v'teharim v'tishmana haga'ot kol echa shimu harim et riv Adonai ve'atamim mosei aretz ki riv Adonai imamo Bim Yisrael yitzvaka ami ve'asiti lecha umo heleticha anei bi ki he'eleticha me'eretz Mitzrayim umibeit avadim heleticha va'eshlach lefanecha et Moshe Aharon u'Miriam Amiv Tefarna Mayat Balak Melech Moab Ume'ana Oto Belam Ben Beor Mihashitim Ad HaGilgal Lema'an Dat Sidkot Adonai Bama Akadem Adonai Ikaf Lelohe Marom Ha'akadmeinu Be'olot Be'agalim b'nei shana. Hayirtzei Adonai be'alfei elim. Be'rivekot nafashamen ha'etain. Bechari pishi peri bitni chatat nafshi. Higi lecha Adam matov Lima Adonai Doresh Mimcha Ki Imasot Mishkat Be'ah Halatesed Be'atneo Leha In Ohecha. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Ser kol alomim, Sadik v'chol hadaro, Ha'ne'eman, Ha'omer ve'osei, Ha'medaber u'mkayem, Shir kodim rav emet v'tzedek, Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im, ve'yomu Shabbat hazeh, Shenatata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, Mikdusha v'limircha, Lehavod ultifaret, Al hakol, Adonai Eloheinu, Anachnu motim la, Umivarachim otah, Yitzvah Shiva befi kol hai, Tamid le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Okay. Good job, girls.
There's some other.
Ah,
There should be.
I know there was. Oh, there's. They did good. Good job. So, now we're going to put the Torah back in the ark with some prayers. And then we'll do a little, we'll hear from the ladies a teaching about their parsha. And so, but I have to say my prayers first. I have to do that. So you're off the hook for a second. I'm digging around my pocket for a little throat lozenge thing. Oh, there it is. So, I'll do these prayers, and then you can come back and put the Torah back on the table and cover it up with the talis, and then we'll be back in the ark. Let's rise. And we're on page 146.
Hallelujah, et Shem Adonai, ki nistav, Shemo levado, Hodo al eretz v'shamayim, Vayam keren le'amu, Tehila l'chol hasidav, Livnei ישראל עם כאוב. הללויה, הללויה.
So you can come back and put it on the table.
כי לקחת טוב נתתי לכם תורתי, אל תעזבו את חיים כי למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר. דרכיה דרכי נועם לטוב וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה. חדש חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
Thank you. All right, everybody may be seated. Let's hear from Chelsea first.
Hi everyone, it's so excited to be here today, and thank you to everyone who's joining us for this special day. Thank you to the Roscoes and Greenbergs for traveling with us, and to everyone watching at home. Thanks also to Judd for tutoring Sasha and me and helping us prepare our bat mitzvahs. Thank you to our family and friends for supporting us, especially Mom and Dad. Congratulations, Sasha. It is great to share this memorable day with my big sister. In Parsha Balak, there are so many valuable lessons to learn. I'm going to focus on one. The story of Balak took place a long time ago in Moab. Balak was the king, and he saw the way the Israelites had diminished the Amorites and others in just a matter of seconds. Balak feared the Israelites, and his fear turned into rage. Balak felt he had to do something. So he summoned Balaam, who was well known for his ability to curse people. Balak asked Balaam to curse the Israelites. Balak, though, was not sure about this. He told Balak that he would wait for a response from the Lord, whether it was acceptable to deliver this curse. When God replied, he told Balaam that it was wrong to curse the Israelites, that they were blessed. Balaam decided he would not do as Balak asked. Balak, though, did not want to take no for an answer. Balak kept asking Balaam more and more riches, gold, silver, and more, to try to persuade Balaam into changing his mind. Balaam, though, would not do it, even though Balak had threatened him. Balaam knew right from wrong, and he was not going to do it. How can we apply this to our everyday lives? We should stand up for what we believe in, even if it upsets other people or there are consequences. It is similar to the book I recently read in my English class, I Am Malala, where a young girl in Pakistan faced consequences for standing in her firm beliefs, even as she was threatened and later shot in the head for keeping a diary. And it is important that we only know right from wrong, but we also stick up for what is right and that we stand up for others, even if that means saying no to our friends and being resilient in the face of peer pressure. As Chelsea mentioned, the name of our Torah portion is Balak, which is found in the book of Numbers. Balak, the king of Moab, speaks to Balaam, a non-Israelite prophet, and persuades him to curse the Israelites, even though God does not agree. Balaam says he will do this and rides his donkey to do so. While on his way, the donkey sees an angel of God holding a sword in the middle of the road, and the donkey refuses to move any farther. Balaam, however, does not see the angel standing in the way and decides to hit the donkey. Still, the donkey does not move. Balaam continues to beat the donkey until God opens the donkey's mouth and says, "What have I done to you that you have struck me these 3 times?" Balaam replies to the donkey with, "You have humiliated me. If I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now." God then opens Balaam's eyes so that he is able to see the angel standing in the middle of the road. The angel of God then says, "When the she-donkey saw me, it turned aside these 3 times. Had she not turned aside before me, now I would have also killed you and spared her." Balaam obviously is very remorseful. He did not see the angel, and if the donkey hadn't refused to move, Balaam would have been killed. Instead of resorting to hit the donkey, what if Balaam had taken a moment to talk to the donkey? The situation would have been much different. The donkey could have told Balaam what he saw, and Balaam could have understood the situation better. He could have had a conversation with the angel and understood that the angel of God was averting to doing wrong to the Israelites. Instead of listening to Balak, Balaam could have spoken for himself and done what he believes is right. How do we apply this lesson to today? For centuries, people have treated others poorly based on social standards. People of color, members of the LGBTQ+ community, even Jewish people, and many other groups have been mistreated because of what others dictated. People follow others without thinking for themselves. If people stopped and learned more about others, they would realize that it is important to respect and celebrate differences instead of moving forward with violence and injustice. Studying for our bat mitzvah did not come easy to me like it does to some. Taking extra time and putting in extra effort to practice my Hebrew took discipline. It was hard to spend even more time on the computer after taking virtual classes all day. Today, I feel accomplished that Chelsea and I have made it to our bat mitzvah. This would not have been possible without the weekly help and support of our tutor, Nazal and Judd. He was very patient, even when I was not as prepared as I could have been some weeks. It was fun to get to know him through Zoom and finally meeting him in person for the first time yesterday, and I really appreciate him taking the time to work with Chelsea and me. I would also like to give a special thanks to the Roscoes and the Greenbergs, who have supported me since preschool and have traveled with our families to celebrate this special day. We also could not have done this without our grandparents, cousins, extended family, and my supporting friends who encouraged me to practice my Hebrew. I wish that you all could be here on this special day, and we look forward to seeing you when we get home. I especially could not have done this without my parents, who were very patient with me leading up to this day. I know I had to be reminded a lot to study, and I am grateful that my parents have loved and supported me through the process of studying for my bat mitzvah and my life. Chelsea, I am very proud of you. Thank you for being the best little sister I could ever ask for, and for forcing me to practice Hebrew with you. Mazel tov.
Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon to those at home. It's great to have everyone joining us today. While we miss being surrounded by the many people we love most, our Mimi, our Nana, our Grandpa, our Poppy, our Aunt Jamie, our Uncle Joe, Aiden, Dean, Pierce, all of our other aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, our second families. While we miss you all, being in Jackson Hole has also given us a moment to be present without noise, surrounded by nature, and a landscape that is so much bigger than us all. It also offers us the opportunity to pause and to think about how proud we are of our girls. We are so proud of you both reaching this milestone today. Becoming a bat mitzvah represents you becoming a Jewish adult. It's a new independence. In the past year especially, you showed us how you've been ready to take this on. You logged onto each Zoom class without a school bell. You made your lunch daily, often cooking for each other. You studied your school, subjects, your Hebrew, turned in all of your assignments, biked and walked to your play dates that you scheduled by yourselves, and even made adventurous trips on your bikes to Georgetown and to the monuments. You also dedicated hundreds of hours on the basketball court. You really stepped up at a time when there was no one to challenge you. At times, this new schedule and independence sat somewhere between Lord of the Flies and Home Alone, but you came out on top. There were some silver linings to this terrible pandemic. as you became more independent and more responsible. And while it would have been nice if your SSL hours matched the hours you spent on Netflix, you're still so very proud. And no, we're not ready to hand the car keys over just yet. Balak, your Torah portion, is a complicated passage, but the message is clear and an important one, especially in today's climate, and for your moral compass. Balak did not treat people well and swayed with misinformation. Our hope for you is that with each new day of independence, you continue to grow and to continue to find your voice. Know what you stand for. Do the right thing, even if it's not the popular thing. Stand up and speak up for yourselves and for those whose voice is just not being heard. Bring others along. Stand with them. It sounds so easy and so basic, and a little bit of what you guys might say is duh. But when confronted with a situation, it's not always easy to speak up, especially if you're not among the herd. Sasha, our first little red, your first word was ball, second was hockey. You knew you would be destined to excel on the court. But little did we know what a kind, smart, caring, beautiful, funny, silly goose you would turn out to be. Who knew that waiting until 9th grade and doing your bat mitzvah over live stream would actually be a thing? As we always said to you, you are the most responsible in the household. You thrive in school, on the court, and with all of your relationships. So much so that I now go to bed easily 2 hours before you. We love you and your heart of gold. We are so proud of you today. Lil Chels, snack size as Dad likes to call you. Who knew you would be entering 7th grade, already taller than me when you became a bat mitzvah? You too are kind, creative, caring, smart, inquisitive, sometimes a little wacky, and as Mimi likes to say, our ray of sunshine. We are so proud of you today. This has been your transition, starting middle school in a less conventional way, meeting new friends, and working hard in school and on the court. You keep us on time, and you may have taken over the reign as most responsible in the household. You both have a gift of insight, kindness, and understanding. This cannot be taught. You also have the most special gift of all, being sisters. There is really no greater gift of love if you continue to do the right thing. It is a bond like no other, and I can tell you from experience because I have the best sister in the world, and I wish that for you. We know that some days are more trying than others, but one of the takeaways we learned from Block, above all, is you stick up for each other. Stand by each other's sides, and this is our wish for you. And these are the things that matter. And speaking about the things that matter, we want to thank everybody for joining us today. A special thank you to Judd from our first call, explaining what we had in mind, for Zooming with the girls since September on a weekly basis. They would join you after a full day of school, and sometimes unleashing their sillies on you. And evidently a little punching as well. They sometimes did their Hebrew studies after school, basketball friends, and the very technical TikTok dances. Thank you for getting them here and us here today, and being so flexible and guiding us. A big virtual hug to our parents and cousins especially, and our dearest friends. We knew the decision to do a destination bat mitzvah was one that came with inconveniences, and then throw COVID on top, pretty much an impossible ask. But each of you are here in spirits and in our hearts. And a drum roll, please, for the most loving, fun, adventurous, forever friends. The Greenbergs and the Roscoes, Katie, Rich, Ronnie, Sam, Rachel, David, Amelia, Max, who went all in, even during the height of COVID. We are forever grateful. And here's to continuing our many adventures together, being there for the highs and lows, and most importantly, life celebrations. We love you. And to our girls, we love you so very much. We're so truly blessed and so very proud of you today.